You're listening to the Conscious Her podcast. Today, I'll be sharing why visualization is such an effective way to protect your own energy field as a highly sensitive soul. Plus, I'll be guiding you through 7 of my top recommended quick and easy visualizations that you can use in your everyday life so that your highly sensitive soul is always taken care of. So, stay tuned. Hi, I'm Kimberly Morrow, and you're listening to the Conscious Her podcast. The Conscious Her is an accessible online platform and community of conscious women that are empaths, highly sensitive people, and intuitives who are both curious and passionate about spiritual and energetic self-development. As a professional psychic medium, spiritual guide and mentor, intuitive energy healer, and channel for over 5 years now, I dedicate my life to reconnecting energetically sensitive women to the divine within themselves so that they can live the most fulfilling, rewarding, and transformational life possible by remembering who they are and why they're here. If you're looking to learn how to leverage and apply your incredible energetic gifts in your personal and professional life and utilize your intuition and sensitivity as your personal superpowers, this podcast is for you. So let's dive into today's discussion right now. Hey, beautiful light being, and welcome to the Conscious Her podcast, where I teach spiritual and energetic self-development and protection techniques to highly sensitive souls so that they can embrace their sensitivity and leverage it in their everyday lives. So a common request that I receive from my community is more information and guidance on how to properly and effectively protect your energy field. In this episode, I'm going to be sharing the best visualizations to protect your energy field, and I'll be walking you through each one step by step, which will provide you with some really helpful tips, tools, and techniques to shield your highly sensitive soul from any lower negative energy frequency and vibration that you may come across in your everyday life, because we know it's bound to happen. As highly sensitive souls, many of us know how important it is to be able to manage, maintain, process, and clear energy in our everyday lives. It's one of those things that really cannot be ignored or looked over, because if you try to do that, you literally feel terrible. It's pretty much a non-negotiable, and I'm sure you've already had plenty of experience with this, right? And it's funny because so many of us for so long had no idea we were a highly sensitive soul. So either an empath, a highly sensitive person, or an intuitive. That's my collective name for us as a group. And when you discover you are one, everything really begins to make sense. It's like, wow, I can really finally make sense of who I am on so many levels, right? So once you discover that part of you, it's really beneficial to seek out how to take care of yourself and embrace yourself as a highly sensitive soul. And fortunately, these days, there are way more opportunities to learn about it. But this type of information and insight has really not been around for very long at all. From my understanding, it was Dr. Elaine Aron who began scientifically studying highly sensitive people in the 90s, and she was one of the pioneers for this. So if you're like me or most of my community, chances are you had no idea about this until fairly recently, and thus you did not grow up with any knowledge on this. In fact, for most of your life, you've probably been told that there's something wrong with you, or you've been made to feel that there was something wrong with you for being sensitive. Which is absolutely not true. You've been hearing lies most of your life. Lies about this one part of you that is what I believe to be an incredible gift and ability. You just have to know how to work with it to your advantage. So today, I'm going to be walking you through powerful visualization techniques to help you stay protected from energy that would otherwise have a negative effect on you, either consciously or unconsciously. You can use these visualizations anywhere, at any time, and you can visualize with your eyes open or closed, so nobody will even notice what you're doing. You can easily disguise it. Sneaky, sneaky. If you are an energetically sensitive person, which most highly sensitive souls are, you have an acute ability to sense energy around you. And that energy fluctuates between negative energy and positive energy. And you're able to feel those shifts and changes as they happen. Not only do you feel this for yourself, you feel this with others. You can even feel changes in global consciousness happening. You feel it regardless of where you are and what you're doing and what time it is. It's not something that you can just turn off, but it is something that you can actively manage quite easily. You just need the correct tools in your toolbox. I want to add that visualization is scientifically proven as an effective way to create the reality that you desire, and that your brain cannot actually differentiate between something real and something that is imagined. In an article on Psychology Today, A.J. Adams states that brain studies now reveal that thoughts produce the same mental instructions as actions. Mental imagery impacts many cognitive processes in the brain, so motor control, attention, perception, planning, and memory. So the brain is getting trained for actual performance during visualization. It's been found that mental practices can enhance motivation, increase confidence and self-efficacy, improve motor performance, prime your brain for success, and increase states of flow, all relevant to achieving your best life. Obviously, there are so many ways that we can use visualization to help us here, but this is also part of the reason why visualization is an effective way of managing, maintaining, filtering, processing, and clearing energy around you. You can literally move energy with the power of your brain and your mind simultaneously. So in this case, we can use both our brains and our minds to manipulate this non-visible, intangible energy that we can sense and feel to better serve us. Remember, our human senses are very limited. We can only use our physical senses to a certain extent because they only detect frequencies at a certain range. But our psychic senses don't have these same limits. Just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not there, right? You can certainly feel it and you can certainly sense it, right? Especially as a highly sensitive soul. When we take the time to be actively mindful and aware of our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and sensory health and well-being, we can really boost our vitality, vibrance, and life force energy significantly. This allows us to be less susceptible to taking on, interacting with, or carrying negative, low, dense, or dark frequencies or vibrations in our own energetic field. It prevents us from picking up on that junky, energetic debris from our external world. It also puts us back in the driver's seat and in a place of personal power and energetic sovereignty. It's also about deciding what energy we want to opt into and experience or welcome into our life because we feel it serves us, and what energy we don't want to subscribe to because it doesn't serve us. And by the way, energetic protection is not about living in fear or paranoia over negative, low, dense, or dark frequencies or vibrations that could affect you. It's about taking preventative measures to maintain the health and well-being of your internal and external energy fields while embracing and nurturing your highly sensitive soul. Often when we experience these challenging, upsetting, distracting, or traumatizing events in our lives, we can hold on to that energy of that event into our body and focus on that energy. This can happen either consciously or unconsciously. Dark, dense, or heavy energy can actually create negative memories in our cells or in our cellular systems, in our body, in our DNA, that ultimately produce prolonged stress and tension. Over time, and without resolution or releasing of that negative, dark, or heavy energy, it can sit heavily in our bodies and even manifest into physical or mental dis-ease, injury, ailment, or illness. So it's really important for us to resolve, heal, and release these energies on a daily basis or as often as possible, and to protect ourselves from these types of energies on a daily basis. It takes consistent effort and dedication to stay clear. With the right knowledge and a proper understanding of energy, frequency, and vibration as it pertains to yourself as a human being and as a highly sensitive soul, you automatically create energetic protection for yourself. Knowledge is power, and intention and application of that knowledge is even more powerful. So without further ado, let's get into the different types of visualization exercises that you can use in your everyday life. Number 1 is called the sphere. Chances are you've heard of this one before. We're starting out nice and basic, but I like to call this one Old Faithful because it really does help. So here's what you do. Begin by letting yourself be still and take in 3 to 5 very deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, sending that breath down to your belly button, and then exhaling through your mouth. Once you've done that, visualize with your eyes open or closed that you have placed yourself in a giant sphere made up of healing white light protective energies. So let it move or rotate around you, visualizing it rotating around you very slowly. Declare to yourself or out loud that only positive, high-frequency energies or vibrations can exist in your sphere of light. And declare that only loving energies can pass through the sphere. Visualize that the negative energies that you are currently feeling or felt earlier bounce off the white light sphere away from you, or they dissipate as soon as they come into contact with the white light sphere. For extra protection, you can introduce a cobalt blue energy to join the white light sphere. Blue is actually symbolic for protection, so you can introduce a secondary layer of blue energy around the white one. See, sense, and feel the completeness of the energy shield for a few moments. Hold that in place with your intention. And then repeat this visualization and your intentions throughout the day as it will dissipate over time. Simple, easy, effective, works like a charm. This one you can use in absolutely any situation, and especially before you're going to dive into any spiritual work or connect to the spirit realm or receive healing, for example. I highly suggest this one. I would even use this one before going into public places, especially crowded places, or any places that will bring you any level of discomfort or tension that you know will bring you some stress or discomfort or tension. Our next exercise, number 2, is called mirrors. So like the beginning of the sphere exercise, we're going to begin by letting yourself be still by taking 3 to 5 very deep breaths, inhaling through your nose all the way down to your belly button, and then exhaling through your mouth. Then you're going to visualize with your eyes open or closed that you have placed yourself completely surrounded by walls that are actually made up of mirrors that face outwards from you. Okay. Then declare to yourself or out loud that only positive, high-frequency energies can exist in your space. Declare that only loving energies can pass through the space. Then visualize any negative energies that are directed towards you or have been directed towards you are reflected from these mirrors and bounce backwards from the mirrors to the originator. So whoever is sending that energy your way, the mirrors are going to bounce that energy back to them. So your mirrors are completely sealed so that no negative energies can actually enter. So see, sense, and feel the completeness of the mirror's shield around you for a few moments and hold that in place with your intentions. Repeat this visualization and your intentions throughout the day as it will dissipate over time. And for your future reference, make a mental note of how the shield feels. This will make it easy for you to bring it back into existence whenever you need it. So you're essentially in this exercise is standing in the middle of a sphere, but on the outside of that sphere is made up of a mirror, basically, if you can kind of picture that. So the side facing you, there's no mirrors. It's just full of this beautiful healing white light. And on the exterior of the sphere, it's all a mirror. So any energy that is directed to your sphere is bounced off from the mirrors back to whoever is sending that energy. This one is really effective when you're working with or spending time around people that have a lot of toxic energy that's really taxing to deal with. So you could use this in the workplace, you could use it at family gatherings, certain people in your network, a public place, that kind of thing. So really effective to work in environments where you're dealing with a lot of people that you basically can't stand, so to speak. Okay. The next one is called number 3, Pyramid of Light. So again, like the other visualizations, we start out the same way. So begin by letting yourself to be still by taking 3 to 5 deep breaths, inhaling through your nose deeply into your belly button, and then exhaling through your mouth. Then visualize with your eyes opened or closed that you are placing a pyramid of pure white light, shimmering with sparkles and reflecting light around whatever it is you wish to protect. So this could be yourself, it could be your home, it could be your vehicle, it could be a pet, it could be another person. And affirm that no lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, or vibration may penetrate through the pyramid of light that you are visualizing. Ask that any surrounding lower, negative, or dark energies be transformed and aligned with love, frequency, and light consciousness and creative forces of the universe. Okay, so any of these lower, negative, or dark energies that come into contact with this pyramid of light are transformed into love, frequency, light consciousness, and creative forces of the universe. Affirm that any lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, and vibrations within the pyramid of light already be bathed in white light and converted into harmonious, constructive, and creative energies of the universe. So anything that you already feel within your own energy field, you can ask for that to be converted back to love, frequency, light consciousness. Visualize any lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, or vibration transforming now back into the light. So you can watch it go from dark to light. See, sense, and feel the completeness of the light moving within your immediate surroundings. Hold the vision until you no longer visualize or see or sense or feel any lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, or vibration. I actually saw this one in a Dolores Cannon book and I really loved it, probably because I'm somewhat obsessed with Egypt, so I highly recommend this one. This one is especially great if you're already feeling that negative, low, dark energy around you and you really want to transmute it. Moving on to number 4, this one is called the zipper. So again, like we start all of our visualizations, you're going to begin by letting yourself be still by taking 3 to 5 deep breaths, inhaling through your nose deeply into your belly button, and then exhaling through your mouth. And then after that, visualize with your eyes opened or closed that as you inhale, you are drawing in your own energy field or auric field close to you. So if you can visualize like yourself with your own energy field or your own aura around you, that every time you inhale, the bigger you inhale or the more you inhale, the closer your aura compresses around your body. Okay, so now after you've done that, visualize with your eyes opened or closed that as your auric field is drawn close to you, that you are stepping into a one-woman sleeping bag and you're zipping the zipper all the way up from your toes to your head. Okay, so try and visualize a one-woman sleeping bag. So you're leaning down, you're going to zip the zipper all the way up from your feet to your head. Once you've done that, affirm that any lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, or vibrations around you can no longer be caught or stored in your auric field. Visualize any lower, negative, or dark energy, frequencies, or vibrations transforming back into light at this time, and then seal your sleeping bag with white light energy. Okay. So once you've made your declaration, then seal your sleeping bag with white light energy around you. For extra protection, like the sphere, you can introduce that cobalt blue energy to join that white light, because again, blue is symbolic for extra protection. So once you've done that, see, sense, and feel the completeness of the energy shield for a few moments, and hold that in place with your intention. And again, repeat the visualization and your intentions throughout the day, as it will dissipate over time or as needed. So you don't need to be doing this constantly all day, but just as you feel you need to do it. This is another great one to use after you've been doing any type of meditation, any type of spiritual healing work, and so forth, or even if you've been connecting with your spirit guides or your spirit team and you want to then close off your energy, because you really don't want to be leaving your energy field open after something like this. So after you zip up the zipper, I recommend visualizing that you're also closing the doors to your chakras as well, which were previously open. So if you can visualize that you've got these little doors in front of your chakras that are each the color of the associated chakra, and then you're just going to go one by one down and close all the doors to these chakras. That's a really fun one to do as well. And I really find that one to be quite effective after the zipper exercise in particular. The next one is called the black cloak. The black cloak. So again, you're going to begin by letting yourself be still, taking in those 3 to 5 really deep inhales and exhales. So inhaling through your nose, deeply down into your belly button, and then releasing by exhaling through your mouth. Okay? Before you go out in public or you are around certain people, visualize with your eyes opened or closed that you are placing a black protective cloak over your body, thereby protecting your energy field or your auric field. So your black cloak, you can be creative here in terms of what it's made out of. I like to imagine sometimes that they're feathers from a raven, okay, just for extra coolness. So place the black cloak over yourself. Affirm that any lower, negative, or dark energy frequencies or vibrations around you can no longer be caught or stored in your auric field once you do this. You are invisible to any lower, negative, or dark energy frequencies or vibrations in your proximity. So once it's there, see, sense, and feel the completeness of the energy shield for a few moments. Hold that in place with your intention. And then repeat this visualization and your intentions throughout the day, as it will dissipate over time. And it doesn't mean that you need to go through all the steps again. It's just about remembering that the black cloak is there and then just subtly stating your intention for your black cloak. So this is kind of like another version of the sphere, but has a little bit more of a badass vibe to it. So you gotta love that, right? Side effects include feeling more badass. All right. So use the black cloak if you feel that resonates more. Our next exercise, number 6, is called the animal guard. So I think you can probably see where I'm going with this one. So begin by letting yourself be still by taking in those 3 to 5 deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, deeply into your belly button, and then releasing by exhaling through your mouth. Once you've done that, before you go out in public or you're around certain people, or even before you go to bed, visualize with your eyes open or closed that you are walking alongside 2 protective animal guides of your choice. Many people will pick guard dogs, for example. Once you've picked your animal guards, affirm that you are protected from any lower, negative, or dark energy frequencies or vibrations in your proximity. See, sense, and feel the completeness of the energy shield via your animal guards for a few moments. Hold that in place with your intention, and then repeat the visualization and your intentions throughout the day or as needed, as it will dissipate over time. So you do have to remind yourself to visualize your animal guards there with you. I really do recommend this one, especially before going to sleep as well, asking your guard animals to sleep at the foot of your bed or be in the room with you as you transcend into the astral realms for the evening. That's always a good one too, to protect your physical body and your astral body as you're in that dreaming state. So I do recommend the animal guard for that one. So if there's a specific animal that you really resonate with or relate to and you want to call upon that animal to guard you, this is another way of doing it for all the animal lovers out there. Pick an animal that is protective, of course. A manatee or a sloth probably won't cut it for you on this one. Just teasing. Don't judge your animal guides. All right, moving on. Number 7, The shower cleanse. I'm saving the best for last on this one. This is probably my favorite one. Working with water, one of the most effective things you can do for your highly sensitive souls. So the first step is to step into the shower with the intention of completing this visualization exercise for your highest and best good. While the water is washing over you, begin by letting yourself again be still by taking in 3 to 5 of those beautiful deep breaths, inhaling through your nose deeply into your belly button, and then exhaling through your mouth. Once you've done those breaths, visualize with your eyes closed that the water washing over the top of your head is activating your crown chakra to help you connect with your angels. Think about what you are holding on to right now that you wish to let go of and that does not serve you today. Allow the flowing water to dislodge this sticky, heavy, or dark energy from your auric field. Visualize with your eyes closed that the water flowing over your body is now washing away the lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, or vibration that you wish to let go of as it flows down to your feet. Visualize the lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, or vibration leaving your auric field and out through the drain below you to be recycled again into positive energy. Hold the vision until you are no longer visualizing any lower, negative, or dark energy, frequency, or vibration, and your auric field feels clear. Okay. Doing this before bed is like the most amazing way to nurture yourself and your highly sensitive soul. This is actually what I do every night because I feel about 10 times lighter after doing this at the end of the day. And I sleep that much better as well, which is so critical for those who are energetically sensitive. You need that proper rest time. As you can see, there are many different ways that you can work with visualizations. Another branch off of this is working with visualization through meditation with grounding exercises. That's also another fantastic way of going about that, and I will do an episode for this. But today really was meant to be for visualizations that you can do within minutes, or even within seconds for that matter, to protect your energy so it's done quickly, easily, and effortlessly. There's always other ways that you can protect your energy as well, like through meditation, through grounding, through breath work, through crystal energy, through essential oils, through conscious awareness, etc., etc. But we can't cover it all in one episode, of course. These are the types of things that I actually teach my students in much more detail. I highly recommend that you practice these visualization exercises as often as you can, like every day, at least once a day, more if you can remember, and see how your whole energy field shifts and if you feel better by doing this on a regular basis. I know that not everyone is going to be able to feel super confident in visualizing, but I did want to highlight these techniques for those who are okay with visualizing. You can also work with these techniques to sense and feel them rather than to see them or visualize them. So think about what your natural gifts and abilities are and flex those intuitive muscles instead to do these exercises. That's all I have to share with you today. I really hope these tips, tools, and techniques help you. And please take care of your beautiful, highly sensitive soul, not only today, but every single day. You deserve it and you owe it to yourself. Remember, it's not your job to carry, process, or manage anyone else's energy but your own. And I hope this episode gives you that boost of inspiration and empowerment to take care of you. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode and for listening to the Conscious Her podcast. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here and a part of our community. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure you subscribe and share it on your social media channels with your spiritual soul sisters, friends, family, and network. Chances are, if this resonated with you, it will for them too. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm here to help. You can email me at hello@theconsciousher.com, and I may even use your question or topic of discussion for a future podcast episode. If you want daily support for your highly sensitive soul, please visit me over on Instagram at @theconsciousher. If you're interested in working with me, visit www.theconsciousher.com and be sure to subscribe to my mailing list. Finally, I do have a personal request. I believe that our purpose here is to heal ourselves and to serve others. And together, you and I can help more people. If you would please leave a positive review for this podcast on iTunes, I'd be so eternally grateful for your support. Thank you and have a great day.